Yes, please, we go there, then we come to Steve.
What is the name of the husband and wife in New York?
Oh, okay, the husband and wife is, you have Sheikh Dawood Faisal, David, Dawood, Arabic David, Faisal, and his wife was Khadija Faisal. They are the musicians. Yeah. Steve, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, let me come to you. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask you about where we are today in Dar es Salaam, Islam. How does that fit into
Well,
this community, this institution?
Yes, you know, like I assume the reason why I didn't talk about Darul Islam, I assume that you were already briefed about Darul Islam as part of the larger Muslim experience. The Darul Islam Center here is part of the institutionalization process. If you look at the booklet that was prepared, tells you the origin of Darul Islam as a center that was conceived by one native-born American Muslim who encountered an Arab industrialist at the Kaaba. That's a very interesting meeting. And of course, you see, here you have an American Muslim who knew Islam before he met this Arab fellow. And as a result of their meeting, the idea of creating an institution like this one developed. And of course, since 1989, the leadership of this center here have new ideas as to how to go about creating a center for learning about Islam. And of course, you have a piece of real estate around here, which is controlled by the Darul Islam. And of course, this program here would be seen as part of the institutionalization effort of the Muslims, that you have Muslims in this part of the country who have friends around the country trying to create an institution where people, in this case teachers, can be given proper understanding of Islam in an academic setting where they can interact with scholars like myself and others who are teaching in American Academy about the same topic. You see what I'm saying? So you can see it as part of, yes, she can add some more to that.
I was just going to say another thing that's interesting, not only with this organization, but with many of them, is doing workshops at conferences as well. I mean, 20 years ago, you wouldn't have seen a whole lot on Islam at NCSS. And now, the problem we have at NCSS is trying not to be up against each other in terms of the scheduling. There's so many different organizations. So besides bringing people in here, there's always outreach going out, not only with us, but with many organizations.
I was looking at this book in a bookstore about this, religions of UNESCO. It mentioned that there had been a community of Afghans and Pakistanis in this area, but...
No, when you see, no, you have, okay, I think what you're referring to is in the 1860s, after the Civil War, you had the US Army recruited some Middle Easterners. Some scholars would say they were Afghans, because some of those people were taken to Australia as camelier trainers. So the US Army introduced camels in this part of the world, southwestern part of the United States, and they brought some of these cameliers. Now the story is that some of these people, the data is conflicting among the scholars, that these Afghans or people who came from that region of the Middle East came to the United States to help train US soldiers in the use of the camel, just like they did with the British soldiers in Australia. Now, how this story became part of the military folklore in America is that the fellow who was recruited was known as Haji Ali. Haji Ali. And in terms of American military folklore, there is Hi Jolly, which is one of the military songs in the US military. Hi Jolly. So I mean, you know, like they sing it, the military, American military still sing that. But it's a distortion of Haji Ali's name. Hi Jolly. So I think that is where that idea of that there were some people who came to this part of the world. developed, and it's part of that folklore that has developed in American history. These are small. You see, I mean, history is a very interesting thing. I mean, you know, like you have, as I told you, some history become footnotes, but as people begin to focus more on it, it becomes part of the main text.
I was just going to say, if you drive through the middle of Kansas, sometimes if you drive, say, to Fort, oh great, I just forgot, Leavenworth, right? There are herds of camels out on the hills of Kansas.
Yeah, you see? Okay,
Yeah.
so you see, so you can see that history is still alive. Yeah. Any other question? Yeah, American history is very rich. You know, like we cannot exhaust it. Yeah.